again. My name is Tom Baughn. I'm a Virginia Extension Master Gardener, and I live about 6 miles north of Warrenton, and this is my orchard. We're doing a series of talks, short talks, on growing tree and small fruit. This episode is going to talk about site. That's S-I-T-E, as in location, or where you want to put a fruit tree. It's highly recommended, and you've seen trees before that are mounded up. You see how there's an elevation right here to the tree. That is very important for fruit trees especially. I have seen people try to grow fruit trees in a flat area that may have standing water for a day or even several hours, and those trees will die almost assuredly within a year or two. So in picking out a site, there's several things that you need to be aware of. First of all, you want to plant the tree high, like I just mentioned, so you've got to slope up to that. And the other thing is, you can see on this tree how that bulges down there at the bottom. That is the graft. All fruit trees are grafted usually to a rootstock that is very vibrant, but they put on top of it another variety that is good for the fruit. So you always have to have that graft above ground when you're planting it. It's a very important part. So plant it high, berm it up is very highly recommended, mainly because you've got to have good drainage for fruit trees. If you don't, when it's in the rainy season or something, you're going to have problems. It's going to affect the tree quite a bit. Also you see here how my property, I chose a place to put the orchard that has a fairly good slope. It's about a 10-15 degree slope. That's also important and will help with drainage. Now what you can't see as easily is the fact that I have irrigation hoses running along underneath the trees. So what you have to do is, again, plant high on a slope ideally, so that you can have plenty of drainage for the tree so the roots are not going to rot out on you, and then also have water for those times of the year when there's hardly any rain. Ideally, put out a rain gauge. They're cheap, they're inexpensive. Put them out, empty them once a week. What you want to watch for is at least 1 inch of rain each week. If you get less than 1 inch of rain in a week, then you need to augment that a little bit with water. Artificial watering through some sort of an irrigation system. You don't want to stand there with a hose though and point it at the tree and water the top of it. You want to water the bottom, you want to water the roots. That's how the water gets into the tree, not through the leaves, through the roots. So that's a good way of remembering how, to water or not water. So again, the slope, drainage, so that they don't get water bound and have problems with that. And plant them high, and then add some sort of an irrigation system if you have several of them that you want to do, or just remember to put a hose out and let it. The best way, if you're just going to use a hose, is to put it out, turn it on a low pressure, and just let it trickle for an hour or two around the tree. Not necessarily at the very base, because most of your roots that are absorbing water are out here at the drip line, as it's called, the edge of the tree. This is where the new roots are forming, and these will pull up a lot of the water. So you normally want to move your hose around a little bit to water a tree properly.